وقل رب زدني علما.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in authentic hadith, أنا زعيم ببيت في ربض الجنة لمن ترك المراء وإن كان محقا. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned this hadith that he guaranteed a house in Jannah for anyone who leave off the argument, leave off the argumentation, even if he is muhiq, even if he is right, let alone when he is wrong, he leave off argument when he is right. And in another authentic hadith, he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, ما ضل قوم بعد هدى كانوا عليه إلا أوتوا الجدل. No group ever deviate after they were upon guidance except they are given argument. Any group who deviate after being upon guidance based on this hadith, they start arguing. Arguments depart the hearts, creates hatred. No one usually accepts haqq by argument. The haqq is said. You say the truth, this is the right thing. After being understood your point, no room for argument. Shaykh Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala was asked by someone, he said, if he see his father eating with the left hand, what should he do? He said, mention the hadith. Prophet ﷺ said, Kul biyaminik, eat with your right hand. He said, how about if he talk back? He say something after that. He said, don't say anything. What else could you say? So, and many texts that the jidal, the argument is not good. Especially those people who live together, husband and a wife, who many times have points to disagree. This is a part of the life, especially with kids. They may differ on how to raise kids, when to wake them up, and many other issues. If they don't avoid the argument, it brings that house chaos and problems. It was mentioned, I don't know, is it from the Salaf or someone else, that a man, when he was at the night of wedding, he agreed with his wife. If she get mad, she goes somewhere to the kitchen, and if he gets mad, he goes somewhere in the room until they cool down. It's really hikmah. It's from the sunnah. When you get mad, don't say anything. If it's a statement, don't say it. If it's action, don't do it. This is the sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He alayhi salatu wasalam said, لا يقضي القاضي حين يقضي وهو غضبان. The judge shouldn't judge while he is in a state of anger. He shouldn't. He's not allowed. You are in a court, you are the judge, you get mad, stop judging the matter. Revert it to someone else or delay it. Why? Because when you are in a state of anger, you will not judge fairly. You may not. There are things which affect one's justice, one's fairness. From that is the anger, getting angry. From that is the hatred. From that is excessive love for someone. Is one of the reasons which may lead somebody not to be justice. So to avoid the argument, if you disagree with your wife something, alhamdulillah, respectively, kindly, for the sake of Allah, explain to her nicely. Let she understand your point, without raising voice, without cutting her off, nothing of that. Explain it and try with the intention to convince her. To convince people is more important. It's very important, because if you handle one's heart, person will do what he's doing willingly. It will be easy. Even your child, if you tell him to pray, he does pray because he is convinced to pray for the sake of Allah. It will be easy for him. But if he pray because you give him order, it will be hard on him. So to try to convince your wife to understand your point, to take it, to be convinced with it, and take the meanings of that. That will not be raising voice, that will not be threatening her, that will not be cutting her off. It will not be that. It's a convincing way. Alhamdulillah, you succeed, you convince her. Alhamdulillah, she will do it in an easy way, willingly. If you are not able, then don't argue with her. Just leave it that way. Wallahu yuhibbu sabirin. Sometimes people don't take the issue right away. Some people, it takes time to digest, to accept the information. This is the way they are. Some of it is very hard to say right away, you're right, I was wrong. But after time, they come back, they were wrong. Some even may not say they were wrong, but they will act according to that they were wrong. This is how people are sometimes different. They are not the same. So remember that Sahabi who mentioned the first time Iman entered his heart was when he heard the Prophet reciting Surah Tur in Maghrib prayer. And he accepted Islam after that about 6 years. 6 years. But he mentioned وَقَرَ الْإِيمَانُ فِي قَلْبِهِ that time. So someone means convince, understand, but to apply, it may take time. Al-Muhim, the point is, I really encourage my beloved brothers, especially when it comes to the wives, try your best not to argue with your wife. For the sake of Allah, don't argue with your wife. Let she talk, let she complain. She has many things to complain, especially with kids. Wallahi, we should fear Allah and should be merciful to the women. Irhamu man fil ardi yarhamkum man fis sama. Akhi, your wife doesn't have time to sleep. There is no time she has to sleep. Why? Any time the child can wake up. Any time. One of the kids can wake up. Needs food, needs something, cry, get sick, anytime. Finally, that sister who has kids and has time, nobody is waking her up. Unless he's that special father who is very rare, who says to his wife, nighttime sleep. From Isha to Fajr, don't worry about it. That's very rare. If he exists, Jazahullahu khairan. Jazahullahu khairan. Ni'ma rajul. Barakallahu fihi. Shaykh Abdul bin Abdul Muhsin Abbad, Hafidahullah, when he was talking about this issue and how some men are merciless and how the women are suffering, he said, I ask you, one of them, what means, he said, someone to check. One day, give off to your wife. Whole day, give her off. You wash the dishes, wash the clothes, take care of the kids, make food, clean the house, do everything she does. One day. And you will know what she does. That's the reality. So this sister, she doesn't have time to sleep. Every night, in the middle of the night, some they wake up 3, 4, 5 times. Some men, if that happened to them, they will not go to work next day. They are not able. Some men, if they are left with the kids 2 hours, they are not able, wallahi. That's reality. Some of them beat the kids. The mother comes while there's a problem between them, the man and all the children complain about her. Subhanallah. With this human, with this mother, who also sometimes go through with menses. This affected, they say, her biological, her way of. Sometimes she gets sick. Sometimes she may be pregnant. Sometimes she may have many things to worry about. With all this, she may also even do an outside the house job. She's the one who's shopping. She's the one who's taking the kids to the doctor, taking to the school, taking to this. Sometimes some of these sisters don't have, after Allah, they don't have family members to help in the city, whole city. Subhanallah. Where the man is, he's sitting somewhere in the restaurants, talking to his friends hours. His wife calling, hang the phone on. Why you keep on calling me, bother me? Ayn al-Rahmah, where is the mercy? Who of us likes his own sister, his own mother be treated that way? If that's not the case, then we should treat our wives with rahmah, with mercy for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to rectify our affairs. Sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabiyyina Muhammad.